God says, "The sound that echoed in heaven last night was not a trumpet of war, but the cry of mercy." My child, someone in heaven broke my divine order, not out of rebellion, but out of love for you. The one who did this is Michael, the mighty archangel, the protector of light, the warrior who never bends to disobedience, yet for you, he did. Because in the council of heaven, when your name was spoken, silence fell. Angels paused their songs, stars dimmed their glow, and I, your Creator, looked into the book of your destiny. There, I saw a moment where your strength was fading, your hope trembling, and your soul was about to surrender. And Michael, my most loyal one, fell to his knees and said, "Father, please, let me go. Let me reach them one more time. Let me hold their soul before it breaks." You don't understand, beloved. In heaven, no one interrupts my decree. No one questions the divine order. But Michael could not stand by when your spirit cried silently in the night. He wept before me, tears that glowed like liquid light, and he broke the law of stillness. He left the golden gates to reach you now. That's why you feel this message finding you today. It's not a coincidence. It's the sound of wings that refused to rest until you were found. Michael is crying for you, beloved. Not because you are lost, but because he can see how close you are to giving up. He can see the war within you, the one that no human eyes can see. You have smiled when you were breaking inside. You have stood tall while your heart was crumbling beneath the weight of disappointment and betrayal. You have carried burdens that were never yours to carry. And still, you kept faith. Still, you whispered, "God, I trust you." That whisper shook heaven. And though you thought no one heard you, heaven recorded every word. Angels stood still as you prayed through tears, through sleepless nights, through the silence of unanswered questions. And now, God says, "I have seen. I have heard. And I am responding." Michael came to you today because the hour is critical. There are things shifting around you that you cannot yet see. Some people are being removed, some paths are closing, some doors are shaking, not because I'm punishing you, but because I am protecting you. If you could see what I see, you would understand that this delay, this confusion, this pain, it is saving you from something that could have destroyed your soul. There are enemies who smiled in your face but whispered poison behind your back. There are plans made against you that I have already shattered. There are letters written to defame you that will never reach their destination. I have erased them with the breath of my spirit. The reason Michael weeps is because you don't yet realize how fiercely you are being protected. In the chambers of heaven, every moment of your life is watched. Angels record your tears as prayers. Every sigh you release in pain becomes a signal in the spiritual realm. You think you are forgotten, you are not. You think heaven is silent, it is not. You think you are alone, never, not for a moment. The entire kingdom has moved for you today. Michael says, they don't know how precious they are, Father. They think they're small, but their soul shines brighter than most stars. That's why he broke the order. That's why he's here. And I allowed it. Because my mercy is greater than any law. Child, there's something you need to understand. You are being watched not only by heaven, but also by those who wanted your fall. Some rejoiced when you stumbled. Some laughed when you cried. But I, the Lord your God, turned their laughter into silence. You are about to rise again, and when you do, the same ones who mocked you will have no words left. There is a reason you have been feeling heavy lately, sensing things that others cannot explain. You have been sensing the war in the unseen. Michael has been fighting battles on your behalf, in the air, around your home, over your name, over your health, over your destiny. You've had moments when you felt drained for no reason. That's because he was shielding you from unseen strikes meant to weaken your faith. You are not imagining the sudden chills, the moments you feel watched, or the feeling that something is coming. You're not wrong, something is coming. But not destruction, redemption. Something is about to shift so dramatically that the pain you carry will suddenly make sense. God says, you will look back and say, now I understand why I had to wait. There is a divine reversal being written for you even as you read this. The same people who underestimated you will witness the power of your comeback. The blessings that were delayed will rush toward you in double measure. Heaven is opening a window that was sealed for years. Michael's tears have unlocked it. Do not fear what is leaving your life. When God removes something, He is never being cruel. He is being careful. You've been asking, why does it hurt so much to lose them? Because you loved with pure intention, but they didn't. Some connections were never meant to stay forever. Some people were only meant to teach you strength. And when their chapter ends, you must not chase what God Himself is closing. Michael says, please, tell them to trust even when it hurts. You have no idea how close you are to the turning point. You've cried enough. You've endured enough. You have proven your faith in silence, and heaven cannot stay silent anymore. God's order has been interrupted because it's time. Time for your name to be honored. Time for your enemies to be exposed. Time for your destiny to be restored. Time for you to walk in the light that you were born for. Michael stands beside you even now, his wings stretching over you like a shield. He whispers, don't give up now. Not when the scroll of your victory is already in motion. Heaven's eyes are on your response. This message was not random. It was written in your destiny to appear today, this very moment, to test if you would still believe. Do not scroll away thinking it's just words. Every word you are reading is a vibration sent from the higher realms. The Spirit moves through it. The moment you receive it with faith, something in your atmosphere begins to rearrange. Darkness trembles when truth enters. Fear collapses when divine assurance takes over. You are not reading by accident. You were summoned. Heaven scheduled this meeting long before you ever opened your eyes this morning. Michael has been standing guard, waiting for the right time to reach you. He wept because he feared you might ignore this one last call. God says, if you open your heart today, I will open doors that no man can close. But if you turn away in disbelief, your delay will continue until you remember that heaven tried to warn you. This isn't a threat, it's grace pleading with you. Heaven never forces. Heaven invites. There are divine secrets about your destiny that are now being unveiled. The trials you faced were not coincidences. Every rejection was redirection. Every betrayal was protection. Every silence was preparation. What you thought was punishment was actually preservation. When you cried asking, God, why are you letting this happen? I was not ignoring you, I was rearranging the stage for your breakthrough. You were surrounded by people who were not meant to walk into your next chapter. They carried envy disguised as friendship. They spoke peace but secretly hoped for your fall. And when you were at your lowest, they watched quietly instead of lifting you. But I saw it. I saw every fake smile, every hidden motive. And now, justice is in motion. Heaven's justice is not loud, it's precise. I do not punish out of rage, I correct out of righteousness. And now I am shifting things around you in ways you won't understand until it's complete. Some relationships will end abruptly. Some opportunities will appear suddenly. Some truths will be exposed unexpectedly. Do not panic. These are signs that heaven is intervening. Michael says, tell them they are protected. Tell them that no curse can touch what God has blessed. You are untouchable when you are covered by divine authority. No evil spell, no hidden enemy, no gossip, no jealousy can penetrate the shield heaven has placed around you. Beloved, there are angels standing around your home right now. They are real. Some of you will feel warmth around your shoulders or a tingling in your palms as you read. That is not imagination. That's divine presence. Michael is near, and his light radiates peace. You might even sense a sudden calm or tear up without knowing why. It's because your spirit recognizes what your mind cannot explain. Heaven is watching your response. Not because God needs validation, but because faith activates miracles. When you choose to believe, heaven moves instantly. When you doubt, heaven waits patiently. Today, heaven hopes you choose faith, even if all you can say is, I believe, Lord, help my unbelief." That single phrase shakes mountains in the spirit realm. Listen closely, my child, a season of restoration has begun for you. What was stolen will be returned sevenfold. The opportunities that slipped away will reappear in greater form. The relationships that ended will be replaced by divine partnerships. And the tears that soaked your pillow will become seeds of miracles. Michael's voice echoes through the heavens, they will rise again. He has declared it. And what he declares in heaven, I will fulfill on earth. There will be moments in the coming days when you'll see signs, feathers, sudden lights, unexpected peace in chaos. Those are not coincidences. They are confirmations that heaven's order has been rewritten on your behalf. So do not fear. Do not give up. Do not believe the lie that you are forgotten. For even when you were silent, I was speaking over you. Even when you were broken, I was building something new. Even when you were lost, I was leading you home. Michael is crying, but this time, not from sorrow, but from relief. Because he knows you are reading these words. He knows you are awakening again to the truth that you are chosen, guarded, and deeply loved. He whispers one last time, "Please, don't ignore this." It might be the last call before the miracle begins. And I, your God, seal this promise over you. No harm will touch you. No weapon will prosper. No delay will deny you. No betrayal will define you. Because heaven broke its silence for you today. Now rise, my beloved. The light is shifting in your favor. Heaven watches, and smiles. The very one who broke divine order did it because you were worth saving. You are loved beyond measure. You are seen beyond words. You are protected beyond understanding. And so God says, "Be still now." The miracle has already begun. God says, "My beloved child, listen very carefully to these words that are being whispered into your soul right now. You have been wondering why lately your heart feels heavy, why your dreams have carried strange messages, and why you keep feeling as though someone invisible is watching over you with tears in their eyes. That someone is Michael, and he has broken through the veil between heaven and earth because the situation around you has reached a level that even heaven could not stay silent about anymore. Someone in heaven broke God's order, yes, beloved, that rarely ever happens, but it was done for you, to protect you, to save you from something that you cannot yet see but that heaven has already seen approaching your path. You must not ignore this, for heaven is watching your response, and Michael's wings are trembling as he speaks your name. Heaven operates by divine order, and angels never disobey unless it is a matter of eternal importance. For someone to break God's order means the situation connected to you carries immense spiritual weight. A few nights ago, when you felt that sudden chill, that quiet stillness that wrapped around your body for a few seconds, that was the moment when Michael descended closer to your realm. He pleaded before the throne of the Almighty because your timeline was in danger of being interfered with. Someone, somewhere, had made a choice that could alter your destiny if not corrected in time. And Michael, unable to bear the thought of watching you suffer the consequences of someone else's wrongdoing, asked permission to intervene. Heaven hesitated, but then, a soul in heaven, someone who once loved you deeply, stepped forward and broke the order themselves, calling your name across eternity so that this message could reach you. This is not a story, beloved, this is heaven's emergency call. You have been walking in faith, but lately your faith has been under attack by confusion, by doubt, by silence that feels endless. And yet, heaven knows that within you burns a light so rare that even when storms rise, you still whisper prayers that move mountains unseen. The one who broke God's order did it out of love for you. They saw what was about to happen, an event, a decision, or a betrayal that could have shifted your course, and they could not stay silent. So they reached through the divine barrier that separates realms, and now Michael stands at the edge of your reality, waiting for your response. You may have felt his presence in the wind, in the way lights flicker for no reason, in the chill that sometimes touches your skin at night, or in that inexplicable comfort that arrives right after you cry. Those are not coincidences. They are the signs of an angel who loves you beyond measure, trying to get your attention before it's too late. Michael has cried for you not because you are lost, but because you are so close to something sacred, and heaven fears that you might give up just before your breakthrough arrives. He's crying because he knows what has been said about you behind closed doors, what has been planned against your peace, and what burden your heart carries that you never spoke to anyone about. Heaven sees all of it, and still, God's mercy surrounds you. When Michael cries, heaven listens. Each tear from an archangel is a declaration that someone's destiny must not be interrupted. Right now, as this message reaches you, the energy around you is shifting. The person who broke the heavenly order for you is standing in spirit beside Michael, pleading that you respond not with fear but with faith. They want you to trust again. They want you to remember that no darkness can claim a soul guarded by divine light. They want you to pray tonight not as a routine but as a command from your heart. Speak to God, not in perfect words, but in truth. Tell him what scares you. Tell him what you don't understand. Tell him that you are ready to listen. Because when you do, the chains that were being prepared to hold you down will dissolve, and the path meant for your victory will reopen. God says, "My child, do not think that this message is random. You have reached a point where heaven had to intervene directly. I have seen you cry in silence, seen you question your worth, and seen you try to heal wounds that no one around you even acknowledges. You were not abandoned. You were being prepared. The delay you feel is not punishment, it's protection. The reason something precious was withheld from you was because I was aligning things in a way that would not destroy you later. The person you are missing, the opportunity you thought you lost, they were paused, not denied. Michael says, you are being guarded right now by legions of light. Even the room you sit in has angels stationed at its corners. You are not alone. Every prayer you ever whispered has been written into heaven's books, and nothing was forgotten. He's asking you to be still for a moment and breathe deeply, because this message carries power that only activates through your awareness. Heaven's energy moves where your belief allows it to move. The one who broke the order in heaven did not do it to frighten you, but to awaken you. They want you to know that time is running short, not because of punishment, but because your miracle window is open and will not stay open forever. If you allow despair to cloud your vision, you could miss the sign that is meant to shift everything. God says the next few days are crucial. What you speak, what you think, and what you believe will shape your coming season. The Spirit who broke the order watches you with immense love. They have been assigned to you for lifetimes, and their decision to act now has moved the heart of heaven itself. It caused Michael to cry, because he understood what such defiance means. It means risking their own peace for your protection. You were that important. You still are. The power that moves through your life is so strong that darkness has tried to confuse you through people, through circumstances, even through your own mind. But heaven says, hold on. Your name has been written into a restoration decree that cannot be reversed. God says, even before you read this, I already sent signs. I placed a dream in your mind recently that you brushed off as strange. That dream was a coded message from heaven. I made someone think of you suddenly after a long time. That was me stirring reconciliation. I made you feel restless in places you once loved. That was me calling you away from environments that no longer feed your spirit. Everything happening is part of a divine rearrangement. Michael says, Beloved, I am crying because I love you. I am crying because heaven loves you. I am crying because we almost lost you to despair, but you still chose to keep faith. I am crying because the one who broke heaven's order for you did it with a heart full of love, and God, in His mercy, allowed it. He turned what could have been rebellion into redemption. There are moments in the divine plan when rules are bent out of love, and this is one of them. Heaven bent time to save you. It sent this message through channels you can understand, words you can feel, because your future depends on you not giving up now. Heaven is not asking for perfection from you, it's asking for presence. God wants you to come back into awareness of His protection, of His favor, of His power that still moves mountains in your name. The angels around you have been whispering constantly, trying to show you through little things, songs, numbers, sudden emotions, that your life is under divine observation. Heaven has not forgotten you. It never could. The tears of Michael are sacred signals. When they fall, they become new blessings. Every tear he shed for you has been turned into a divine promise. One tear became financial restoration. One tear became healing in your body. One became peace for your restless nights. One became protection from unseen danger. And the last tear, the one he shed while whispering your name, became a new door that is about to open. Heaven says, you will soon see why you had to wait, why things ended the way they did, and why it seemed like no one understood you. You were being kept apart so that when the right alignment appeared, nothing could destroy it. There is still something God wants you to do. Pray with full heart tonight. Not as a ritual, but as an act of surrender. Say, God, I am ready. Speak to me. Reveal what you want me to know. When you do, the one who broke heaven's order will be released from the weight of their decision, and Michael's tears will turn to joy. Heaven will record your response, because they are watching to see if you trust enough to believe this was not an accident. When you show faith now, heaven will act immediately. It will send miracles into motion faster than logic can explain. God says, you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are my chosen one for a purpose that requires you to be both tender and strong. I am about. God says, my beloved child, this is not an ordinary moment. Heaven has been stirred tonight, and the silence of eternity has been broken for you. Someone in heaven broke God's order, just to save you. Yes, a sacred rule that no angel dared to touch was shattered because your name was whispered in the halls of eternity. Archangel Michael, the one who has guarded your path since birth, cried before the throne of God and said, Father, please, let me go one more time. Let me reach them before it's too late. And the heavens trembled with compassion for you. You do not know how close you were to being lost forever, but mercy stepped in. My child, you are loved beyond what you can imagine. Even when you think heaven has forgotten you, every tear that has fallen from your eyes has been recorded in golden jars beside Michael's sword. He has watched over you through every silent night when your heart was breaking, through every moment when you thought no one cared, through every betrayal that left you wondering if God truly saw your pain. And now, heaven has broken a sacred silence because your destiny was too precious to let fade into the dark. God says, you are walking through a time where the unseen battles are heavier than you realize. The forces that have surrounded you wanted to end your light, but I sent Michael to intercept their plans. There were meetings in darkness, words spoken against your name, energies sent to weaken your spirit. But Michael stood between you and every weapon. He has blocked storms that were never allowed to reach you. That car that slowed down beside you, that phone call you didn't answer, that place you suddenly decided not to go, none of that was coincidence. It was protection. It was the soundless intervention of angels moving faster than time to save you from what your eyes couldn't see. Michael says, "You have to listen now. This is my cry for you." Heaven is watching your response. If you ignore this moment, it may be the last time I can reach through the veil and speak your name. I fought to be here, to tell you that you are still loved, that your story isn't over. You were chosen to rise when everyone else thought you would be forgotten. You were born into chaos because your soul was created to bring divine order to the chaos. You wonder why life has been so heavy, why every time you take one step forward, something tries to pull you 2 steps back. It's because you carry a calling that threatens the plans of darkness. Every hardship has been a clue that heaven has something immense for you. The more pressure you felt, the greater the proof that you are close to something miraculous. God says, "The angels have written your name in light again." When Michael cried for you, I heard him. He said, "They are tired, Father. They have lost faith. Please, let me go and remind them who they are." And I said, "Go, my warrior. Break the rule if you must, but bring my child home to their purpose." You see, even heaven sometimes bends when love is involved. That's how powerful you are in my eyes. You are not forgotten. You are not unworthy. You are my creation, my breath walking in human form. Every part of your life that feels broken is being prepared for divine repair. The doors that closed were not rejection, they were redirection. I had to remove certain people, not because I wanted to hurt you, but because they were secretly breaking you from the inside. You thought you lost everything, but I was simply rearranging everything so that when I bless you next, no one can take it away. Michael says, "I saw your dreams before they were born. I saw how pure your intentions were. But lately, you've been doubting, haven't you? You've been wondering if God really hears you, if your prayers are just words floating into nothing. I'm here to tell you, every word has been echoing in heaven. There are angels assigned to collect your prayers, to keep them alive until the appointed time of release. You must not give up now. The delay is not denial. It's divine preparation. The enemy wanted you to quit right before your miracle. That's why everything has felt harder than usual. But you must hold on. Heaven is already moving. The same rule that was broken to save you tonight will soon be the same rule broken to bless you in ways you never dreamed. God says, "Do you remember the moments when you should have been gone, those times you thought it was over? The reason you're still standing is because of my hand. The reason you still have breath is because my angels refused to let go of you. I gave you more time because you have more purpose. You are not done yet. You think it's too late, but I tell you, time bends for those I love." I can restore in one divine second what years of loss took from you. The pain, the betrayals, the loneliness, all of it is being turned into a key that will open doors no one else could touch. You are about to witness how I make beauty out of ashes. Michael says, you are surrounded right now by divine watchers. They are observing how you respond to this message. This isn't to scare you, it's to awaken you. When heaven speaks, it waits for a response. Will you believe again? Will you choose faith even when your heart is trembling? Because if you say yes, if you whisper even a small prayer tonight, you'll activate a chain of miracles that have been waiting for your permission. The moment you say, God, I trust you again, heaven will open. I've seen it before. The universe itself bends to faith. The same stars that light the night sky are waiting for your word to align. You carry divine power within you. Speak with faith, and watch how everything begins to change. God says, I have been waiting for this exact moment. You see, sometimes I hide my face not because I'm gone, but because I'm guiding you in the dark. Faith grows in silence. You thought I abandoned you, but I was only teaching you how strong your light truly is. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You just need to return to me. I am not asking you for perfection. I am asking you for connection. Talk to me again. Tell me your fears. Tell me your regrets. I already know them, but I want you to release them, because only when you speak them out can I transform them into peace. The heavens that broke their order tonight did it because your heart matters that much. You are not small in my kingdom. You are chosen. Michael says, your guardian angels have been fighting for you without rest. There was a moment recently when the darkness almost won. You may not have noticed, but you were being tested in ways that could have broken your spirit completely. But because of one small act of kindness, one prayer, one tear you shed while whispering God's name, the entire trajectory shifted. Heaven saw that moment and said, enough. Let's intervene. That's why this message exists. It's not random. It's divine orchestration. This is your lifeline from heaven, sent through a messenger who believes in you, just as I do. Don't let fear make you blind to this grace. God says, the person who hurt you, the one who made you question your worth, is not more powerful than my plan for you. I will vindicate you in ways you never expected. I will raise you up before the same people who doubted you. You will not have to explain yourself anymore. Your peace will be your proof. I am aligning new people to come into your life, souls who will honor you, uplift you, and love you without conditions. The loneliness that surrounded you was not punishment. It was sacred preparation so you could recognize real love when it comes. You are about to enter a new chapter written by my own hand. Michael says, you must keep praying. Do not underestimate the power of your voice. When you speak to God, the darkness trembles. Your prayer shakes the unseen. Even when you don't feel it, something shifts every time you call His name. That's why the enemy tries to silence you with fear and doubt. But I'm here to remind you that your words carry heaven's fire. Use them. Speak light into your home, into your body, into your dreams. Speak life where there has been pain. And as you do, I promise you will feel my wings near you. You may not see them, but you'll sense peace, warmth, and a sudden calm that can only come from heaven. That will be your sign that I am still by your side. God says, my child, do not think that breaking a rule in heaven is a small thing. Michael begged for this. He cried because he loves you. He has guarded you for lifetimes, and his devotion reached my throne. That's how powerful your story is. Even angels weep for you because they see your divine worth when you cannot. You have no idea how many destinies depend on your survival, your awakening, your faith. You are a seed of hope planted in the middle of chaos. When you rise, others will rise too. When you heal, others will find courage. When you love again, heaven will celebrate. This is bigger than you. It's about a generation that will be saved through you. Michael says, if you only knew how close heaven feels right now. The air around you is not ordinary, it's charged with divine presence. Take a deep breath. That shiver running through your spine is not fear, it's recognition. Your soul knows this truth. Your angels are near. I have stood in battle for you countless times, but tonight, my tears are different. They're not tears of war, they're tears of love, relief, and hope. Because you are finally hearing me. You are finally understanding that this isn't about punishment, it's about awakening. Please, don't let this moment pass in disbelief. Whisper a prayer. Say something simple, like, God, I'm listening. That alone will open gates that were sealed. God says, heaven is watching your response, not because you are being judged, but because you are being offered something sacred. Free will is the most powerful gift I gave humanity. You must choose. Choose love over bitterness. Choose faith over fear. Choose to believe that you are being guided even in confusion. Once you do, everything that was heavy will begin to lift. You will feel strength returning. You will notice strange blessings showing up in small ways, a message, a dream, a sudden peace. Those will be confirmations from heaven that you have aligned with your purpose again. Michael says, do not be afraid of what comes next. The darkness that fought so hard to silence you will soon bow before the light inside you.